We're going to continue our lesson in masking in Activity 6. We are now on page 39, and we're at the top, and we're going to learn how to use selection tools in a mask. In order to do that, I need you to open up two files, flowers.psd and windmill.jpg. So go on and open up Photoshop, file open. Go to your recent places, Unit 1, Part 2, Photoshop. And we're going to open up Flowers. Hold down Command and Windmill. Click Open. So we got these two files open, Flowers and Windmill. Alright. Now we are going to go and use the rectangular marquee tool. So you can press M for marquee, or you can go straight to it on the tools menu. Make sure that you got the rectangular marquee, the square looking one, and not the elliptical. So make sure you got the rectangular marquee tool. Now, well, I need to step back a second. We need to get the move tool first. And we are going to separate. I'm going to drag windmill down. Everybody see this? I'm dragging windmill down. And I'm going to get the background layer for windmill. And I'm going to drag it over flowers. Just like we did with the mall entrance and mall fountain in the last exercise. So now top layer is windmill. Bottom layer is background. And then I'm going to go Window, Windmill, and Close Windmill. So double check yourself. You should have in your layers panel for flowers.psd the windmill image on the top and the flowers background on the bottom. Okay, so in the directions, since we moved the layer on top, we're going to get that rectangular marquee tool. And I am going to draw a drag down to the lower right and create a rectangular selection. Everybody see that? Now everybody do the same. And now it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Just be sure you use the rectangular marquee tool. Now we are going to go to the top menu bar and go Layer, Layer Mask, Reveal All. Now, the only thing that should have happened is a mask is added in the Layers panel over to the right. Well, here's the kicker. Get the brush, and I need to change my brush type, and I need to switch to black as the foreground color. Now check it out. It'll only let you reveal what's in the selection. Now if you look over to the right, you can see that little blacked out area. Alright, so we painted over the selected area. Now by creating this selection, you don't have to worry about painting too much. The paintbrush tool will paint only in the selected area. So that's a very useful tool if you're trying to keep out of a certain area. Just create a selection and it'll only let you paint in that area. Now here's the next part of this lesson. Get the marquee tool again, the rectangular marquee tool, and we're going to select an area on the right side of the windmill to paint over that selection. And then we're going to get the paint brush and we're going to paint in it as well. So you got two rectangular sections that were selected. So your mask should look like this. Two sideways equal signs. Okay, so you got these two areas that are shown through on the mask. Now in the Layers tab, everybody look. Everybody stop and look. There's a link between the actual layer and the mask. This little chain. Everybody see this? Now click on it and the chain disappears. Now watch what happens. I'm going to I broke the link between them. Now I'm going to press V as in violet and get the move tool. Now I got the mask selected in the layers panel. That's very important. Watch this. Watch this. Check it out. It's like I got him seeing through a window. It's like magic.
Awesome.
So I'm moving the mask around. Now if you want the link to come back, you just press in between, add the link. So experiment with moving the link on and off, with it on and with it off. Now one more thing I want to explain. Now everybody stop and listen. Now earlier I was talking about accidentally selecting the image. Now watch what happens. See the little white, how it selects between the image and the mask? Now many times I would accidentally select the image and then try to use the black paintbrush. Oh, what is it doing? Oh, I got a selection. Let me deselect it. Deselect. I'll use the black paintbrush and it starts painting black. Or you got the white you're trying to reveal and you're like, oh, it's only white. The reason is I got the image selected, so I'm actually using black and white. But if you select the mask, you can reveal or conceal. Notice I don't have those selected anymore, so I'm going outside the lines. The final thing for this lesson, we are going to flatten these layers to be one layer. So you can go layer, flatten image. Flatten image is at the bottom. You got that, Britton? Layer, flatten image. And look what happened. They're flattened down to one layer. Like this is what happens when you save them as JPEGs or GIFs. They're automatically flattened to one layer. So one layer. So we're going to save this as File, Save As. Go to your Lesson 1 folder. And we're going to call this flattened.psd. Flatten.psd. It's a Photoshop document. And then click Save. And that is it. Just close the file.